Hello, my name is Harold. This is Tech on Tech, and today I'm going to show you how to set up a Coinbase account so you can use crypto. All right. Uh, Crypto right off the top. What I'm going to do first, although get that underway, I'm going to go ahead and pull up a browser. I'm going to go ahead and I've got a link that I'm going to include below the video here. You do not necessarily have to use it. You can sign up for a Coinbase account by going to coinbase.com and clicking sign up. But this one will actually benefit me. And also, if you buy like $100 worth of crypto or something like that, it will give you like $10 worth of crypto or something like that. There's a thing where it basically gives to us and it gives to you. So, we will have that. That's the link I'm going to use right now. It's in the video description there. For some of you, I know some of you don't like to use links, and this is a redirect link, so you know it's entirely possible for someone to do malicious stuff with this. I promise you I'm not, except it will give me credit for it. But if you prefer, just go to coinbase.com and click the sign up button. You can do that. It's the same way. But I will also have this link in the description, and that is the link I'm going to use to do this here. So we're going to type in bit.ly, so https://bit.ly/techontech or TOT Coinbase sign up. I'm going to press enter, and it's going to bring us to the sign up page for Bitcoin. Now, this gives me credit, but it also gives you $10 worth of Bitcoin if you do like $100 worth of buying of Bitcoin. I think we might actually do that just so I can show you the process for all that. But first thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and enter our first and last name. Now, despite the fact I'm a company, I actually have to enter my legitimate first and last name. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do that, though I will probably, mark that out so people can't use this to somehow take access to the account. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to use our standard email, techontechbiz@gmail.com, which is our primary Tech on Tech email address. And last but not least, we're going to go ahead and pick a password. You won't be able to see this, but that's by design. So we're going to go ahead and do that. Same thing, yeah. You will have to. Let's fix that. All right, let's do this one more time. I've got a very specific password I want to go ahead and use. All right. Now, generally speaking, you're going to want something upper and lowercase, something, in fact, I'm going to show you right now. Let's show you something that would be a good example, like, for instance, this and this and this. This would be a good example of a good password or something like that. You want both an uppercase and lowercase letters, and you want numbers, and you almost always additionally want some sort of a can't lock that, but that's okay, we'll just make do. All right, and you want some sort of an extra character somewhere in it. In this case, I used an exclamation point at the end. This is a perfect example. It's not the password I'm using, but this is a good example of what would be a good password. Make it anything you want, and then record it somewhere. All right, I've gone ahead, I've selected my password, entered in my information. I'm going to deal with this pop-up real quick. You'll get these a lot on newer websites because of some litigation that happened. I'm actually you don't have to, you can go ahead and click save, but you should know that your information by these websites that use this sort of stuff are generally selling your information. And what this does is generally just prevents them from only having what's strictly necessary, and so they can't distribute more information than you would probably want, as a lot of websites capture a lot of information from your computer as you go to and fro on the internet. But let's not waste too much time on this. Maybe I'll do this another time and show you some really neat stuff about these cookie things you didn't know about. But let's go ahead and save that, except for strictly important cookies, just what I need to operate on the site. I'm going to check this because you do have to be 18 years of age or older, and I'm going to go ahead and click create account. Let's give that a second, and hopefully, if I did my job right, there should be nothing tied to that biz account, because I went back and I removed it so I could do this video. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to update password because I do want this password saved. All right, now it says it has sent a verification email to my email address. let's go ahead and log in and see what that looks like. We're going to go to gmail.com. Go ahead and do that. It's going to ask for verification so I can log in. That's perfect. Here's Coinbase asking if I want to verify the email, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to click on it. Give that just a second to do its thing. All right, it wants a telephone number. That's no problem. I have a number I'm going to go ahead and use. Interestingly, I wonder if I could do this without entering in a number. Does not appear so. It appears it really, really wants a telephone number, so we'll do that. Now, the rules in the United States are pretty advanced. A lot of them, that sort of thing. In other countries, it is not so bad. So I should note that you can bypass a lot of this if you say you're from another country, like, oh, I don't know. I'd have to look it up, because Know Your Customer at least applies to us here in the U.S., and I'm pretty sure in Canada too. You might be able to, it might even be the U.K., but you should be able to choose somewhere like Brazil or something like, not that I'm saying to do this, because it's not fully legit, but you won't have to go through a lot of the work that I'm doing or about to do when I get to the next step of this, because it is going to want my information. It's going to want a picture of me and my ID and some other stuff, because I live in the U.S. It's just if you do trading and you make a bunch of money, they want to be able to send you taxes. So here's the part where it asks you if you were a citizen of somewhere. If I had not chosen the United States, it wouldn't require me to do anything I'm about to do. But you should know, if you buy crypto, you may run into a problem buying it if you have like a United States credit card and you try and enter it in saying you're from some other country. So this is the next step of this, and I know this is kind of a pain to do, but I guarantee you only have to do a lot of this. So of course we have my information here. It's going to ask me for my birth date. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put that in. I would not have to do this if I said I was from another country, but, you know, I'm not going to lie about it on this. Actually, also, I may cause a problem too. If you say you're from another country, you might have to use a VPN to actually put you in that country too. I won't say I've done this, but I will say that it works. Let's see, what do I want to do with it? I would like to do, I don't know, payments to friends. That sounds like a reasonable enough. I would say my occupation is the source of my funds. That sounds pretty good. My employment status, let's say I'm employed, and then it doesn't want my whole social, which is good because I prefer not to give that out to anyone. So I'm going to enter in the last 4 digits of my social here. It's looking good. Listen, I would prefer it didn't ask me this, and I don't know, maybe I'll do a video later showing how there's no security if I say I'm from another country and it just lets me in and allows me to buy it and stuff like that. But you know, this is just what you got to do for being in the United States. So I'm going to click continue. Now, this is where it gets interesting. It's going to ask to verify some stuff. Here's some customer due diligence. What is the total value of crypto that you plan to do? Let's say under 1,000. The reason being is there's more security if you do larger amounts. And I wouldn't do the largest security until you've actually reached that point. It'll prompt you later. So let's just keep it low, and let's say arts and media, because I am doing some YouTube stuff here. So let's go ahead and let's submit this. Now, the next step is it wants me to invest or add a payment method. There's something interesting about this. I think I can actually bypass this. But it is true, I actually kind of want to, do want to buy some crypto. And I'm assuming that some of you may want to do it as well. Let's see if we can do this simply. If we can't, I think I would prefer to just X this and bypass it, which I'm pretty sure it will do. It will just, in fact, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to cheat. I'm not going to enter it in. I'm going to tell it to go back to Coinbase.com. And then let's see if it reprompts me. Nope. It says I'm verified already. You know, it may be that I'm already in the system, but I should note that, normally speaking, with the with the way that it usually does this, it asks to like for instance, okay, I have a camera on the laptop, and it previously asked me to take a picture of the ID, flip it over, take a picture of the other side, and then take a picture of myself so it could verify that it was me, right? Well, it didn't ask that this time. I'm not sure if it will. Or perhaps it just doesn't ask that unless you really, really say you're going to do a lot of money. But that's okay. All right, so this is really, really just not cooperating. It really, really wants me to tie into something. So I am. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to tie it directly to my bank account. Which I think this is a lot of work with this, but you only have to do this once. So let's let it go ahead and do that. Same thing it's using because my email account has some pretty high level authentication. It's going to want to send me a message, so let's let it send me a code. I can already tell right now as I'm recording this, there's going to be a lot of video editing here to cut out to cut out my information and stuff like that. But all right, we'll go ahead and submit that. Should give me direct access to it. In fact, I'm kind of wondering if it's showing me my my account balances. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead. We'll select free checking. Let's go ahead and continue. All right, so my account has been linked. I cannot believe that they wouldn't let me in without doing that. I was able to before not have to do that to get in. And now that I think about it, there are a lot of people who are going to have trouble getting in and setting this up if they just don't have a bank that's listed on Plaid. And there are a lot of banks that are not listed on Plaid. So, yeah, I guess that's kind of an issue. We still have another step we got to do, sadly. In order to send and receive crypto, it has to verify my ID, which I was waiting for. So up to this point, all we needed to do was enter in our information, the last four of our social, kind of like a pre-verification thing. But you'll notice if we go over here, there are some pretty low limits on what we can do. Now, this may not be a problem for some people, but I have a feeling that what I want to demonstrate is how to send and receive it. And yeah, it's going to require that we do the know your customer verification thing. This is the thing that that's not going to be required if you say you're from another country. In fact, I think there's probably some others. It may not even ask you to have a bank account or something like that if you're from another country. We'll come back and we'll investigate this later on the stream, but I want to do this right for Coinbase so that you can see all the steps if you were doing, completely legit as a person, as a customer, as a United States citizen coming in and doing it. So here's what I'm going to do. I can upload a file. So this is, for instance, if I maybe take the pictures on my phone, because it's going to want a picture of me. It's going to want a picture of both sides of my driver's license. My mobile camera, which is my cell phone camera, which it probably will send me a link and then it'll activate my cell phone camera and I can do it through there. But I'm just going to use my webcam on the laptop because I do totally have that. Let's go ahead and let's get my driver's license out. And let's go ahead and do this. I promise I will absolutely look up and see if there's an easier way to do this from somebody who's not whatever, but all right, I'll probably also blur out this whole window, so let's just go ahead and do this. All right, pretty straightforward. I'm just taking my ID and I'm lining it up with the camera. Hopefully, I've done this a couple of times before. Hopefully they don't wonder why I'm doing this like a third time. Like I actually deleted the account from whatever. And this will be like the third account I've set up with these guys. But I really, really wanted you to see how this was done. And see it like firsthand. So, okay, that looks good. Now, it's a picture of the back of my driver's license. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. I've got like this box here. And then I just need to put a picture of the back of my driver's license. Hold still. Okay. And then the final step is it's going to want to get a picture of me. We're going to give that just a second. It's probably going to do the verification step with that. I'll give it a second. It's probably uploading it. Hasn't asked for my picture yet, but it will. Give it a second. In fact, as I think about it, I will probably have to stop this video after this part of the recording because the final verification of all this is actually going to take 24 hours and 24 to 48 hours or something like that. So I will, let's see. Oh, looks like I'm going to have to do this again. Driver's license, webcam. All right, let's go ahead and get it really, really close. Okay. Make sure it's in the frame. Let's see. Really want to get it as good as possible. It may actually be better to use a higher quality camera like a cell phone camera or something like that. In fact, I may just do that. If I do this a second time and it doesn't take, then I'll do the method where I take a better picture on my camera and then email it to myself and do that. So yeah, this is kind of horrible. Let's see, is it going to do it, or am I going to have to email it to myself? Probably won't. It's probably going to ask me to go with the longer form way. Yeah, I don't think it's going to take. Oh, interesting. All right, now you're seeing this right away, but for me, there was actually a little bit of a delay. Turns out that when I created the new Coinbase account, it did not like that particular fact, nor the fact that I was trying to verify myself when I had a main account. And so they locked both accounts. So I ended up having to contact them, re-verifying. They deleted the account I just created. But since I have an account already that was pretty much to the point where we needed to be anyway, I'm just going to pick up where I left off, which is here's basically how this is going to break down. If you want to buy crypto, all you got to do is click on the buy button over here on the top left side. In fact, I'm going to go ahead. Let me pause this for a second. I'm going to shrink this. All right, so I click on the buy button. It basically brings me to this. Now, you'll choose the payment method you want to use, which will be listed over here. You'll choose what you want to buy. This is Bitcoin. You can buy Ethereum, Tether. They got a lot of stuff on here. In fact, I think Coinbase is getting ready to be a trading company, which they kind of already are, but I think they're going to do more and more trading of crypto. But you can buy that, you can pay with that, and well, that's basically it for buying. Selling is the exact opposite, except what it'll do is you can send it to your USD wallet, but from there you can transfer it to your bank account. So don't worry if it says USD wallet. You can transfer that to your account if you sell it, stuff like that, and it's a fairly quick process. So, and then of course you can convert from one crypto to another. I don't recommend doing this because if you go to trade crypto, what you can actually do is trade it and get a better deal on it, stuff like that. Like I can buy USD, which is a kind of crypto that's basically 1-to-1 for $1. So it's like $1 for each USD. And I can trade that for Ethereum and get a better deal than if I was just to outright buy it here. So a better thing to do is actually to go to trade and then to trade Bitcoin for USD and then to buy it at the market rate. It's much cheaper, and there's well, I don't think I have any fees, but there's less fees if you actually have to pay any fees at all. So there is that. So you can buy and sell crypto, you can trade crypto, you can do a bunch of stuff, which is really, really neat on that. But what I wanted to show you beside that, and what's probably a little more important, is being able to send and receive it. So once I actually have crypto, once I purchased it using that method, it will transfer the crypto into what's basically called a wallet. And this exchange has numerous wallets. At least I have numerous wallets because I have multiple things in here. So I hold, you won't be able to see all this, but I hold USD, which is, United States dollars. That's actual like US dollar cash. And this can be transferred directly to your bank account back and forth. Ethereum 2 is my one crypto that I hold. Bitcoin, I only have a couple of dollars in. Stellar Lumens, they have this really neat thing where they give me 4% back on a debit card I use for them. So I totally get free 4% in lumens if I keep doing. I got a bunch of those running around. But you've got a number of assets, you can trade them and stuff like that. As I said, if you have USD, which you can get by see, I don't think you can buy. Yeah, you can transfer. You can actually let's see, is it buy USD? No, I think you actually have to go. I think you actually have to buy USD coin and then convert it back again. But let's just say for the sake of interest that I buy using my wallet and then I get USD coin. Yeah, because USDC is just as much as that. But yeah, sorry if I just confused you a lot. Let's just go back to the basics. You can buy and sell Ethereum, Bitcoin, stuff like that, unless you want to get to the more advanced stuff. Then you can actually trade Bitcoin and Ethereum using what's called USD coin, which is really, really neat. And then you can you can transfer it back and forth from your account. So it's some really, really neat stuff you can do with trading and stuff like that through here too. But I won't get into that at the moment. The other thing you want to know right off the top is sending and receiving Bitcoin, lumens, and other stuff, because that's where the real value in Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies are. It's the ability to send and receive these things, and I've got a couple of them here, so it's gonna allow me to send and receive from my various wallets. The biggest ones are here on the top, and I've got some Stellar and some Bitcoin. So what you can do is you can select, I want to pay with Stellar Lumens because I have some of them. It's going to want to know where to send those lumens, and each wallet that your stuff is stored in has an address. It's a really long hexadecimal thing. Let's take a look at a Bitcoin address real quick. Here we go. That's a little bit easier to understand. It says only send Bitcoins to this address. Yeah, you do not want to send it to the wrong address or stuff like that, because it will break stuff. But yeah, I have this address. I can receive stuff here. It'll go right into my wallet. Or I can get somebody else's address and I can send, we'll copy that address here. And let's say I wanted to send Bitcoin to one of them, and I'll just Control V and paste that wallet. And here, if I have a note maybe here, and I want to send $10 worth, oh, does not have enough funds. Oh, we'll only have like $3 in that. So let's just put 3. And then, as you can see, I can go ahead and click continue. Some charge more than others, but generally speaking, there's a little bit of a fee to send it. That varies depending on the cryptocurrency and stuff you use. That's why some people prefer to use stuff like Stellar Lumens, because the fees are really, really small and it's cheaper to send a lot of it. And of course, as you know from going on to various websites and stuff like that, you know that each of those lumens is worth a certain dollar amount. So say a person wants $20,000, you send him 1 Bitcoin, which is worth approximately $19,352.64. Or I guess you send him a little over a Bitcoin if you wanted to send him $20,000 worth. But that's basically the gist of it. That's buying, selling. There's cool stuff you can do. There's a lot of trading sites out there where you can trade Bitcoin for dollars, or you can trade Bitcoin, or you can trade Ethereum for Bitcoin. There's all kinds of stuff you can do when it comes to trading and stuff like that. In fact, there are a lot of people who make money doing that sort of stuff too. That's basically it. I think that's about the entire thing. I ran into a lot of problems on this video, and I don't really want to cut those out because I want people to be able to see what basically happened and how I ended up getting around it and resolving it, just in case they run into that problem. Hopefully you don't. Hopefully it's seamless and you learn from some of the stuff I did. But, just noted on that. All right, so guys, hey, that's pretty much it for this video. This has probably been one of the longest videos I've ever done. It's going to take me at least that long to edit it. If you have any questions or comments or anything like that, feel free to leave them in the comments section below. If you want to buy me a coffee, I'll include a link to that in the description below. A link to go to Coinbase.com and sign up for an account and get $10 is in the link below. So I'll probably call this a monetized video, and I'll put that link or put that thing up so they can see that it was monetized. You can additionally go to Coinbase.com and bypass the link that I get. You won't get the $10, but you can totally do that too. And I will do more if people want more videos on crypto stuff. There are a ton of other exchanges. I may create a video on bypassing the US stuff, though that isn't entirely legal. Though it could be interesting just for knowing purposes to see how our stuff differs from, say, that stuff of another country and what they have to do to set up an account. But that's pretty much it. I want to have a great rest of the day, guys, and hopefully this was totally useful and totally interesting for all of you. If you saw a bunch of cutout stuff in this video, that's because there's a lot of personal information and stuff that I wouldn't want to share, and you probably wouldn't want to share with people either. So just note that I did kind of edit out a bunch of stuff throughout the course of this video. It's not stuff that's relevant. You should still be able to do it without it, but just, stuff. And, have a great rest of the day.